At this point, I have the singular honor to invite His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asante, to give his overall address.
My son, the Deputy Minister of the Interior, the IGP, former IGPs that I have seen this afternoon, and then still see them strong and kicking. My dear grandson, Mr. Usupuku, with his walking stick, still going strong. Johnny Walker. Ozun Sian, still going strong. Agosi. Remember the basement room that we used to go at State House and Corporation, room 1 and room 2. Mr. Kubleno, Apietu, and Bueno. These are all familiar faces that I've dealt with. But I'm still here seeing so many familiar faces here that I didn't know I was going to meet. But when I came here, I still am in good company. Because I've had so many policemen that I've seen having come to Ashanti, and not even Ashanti, but haven't met them and have had those discussions with them about security and everything. And I've seen most of them here, and I say thank you because when I saw you, and then I realized that the police service is still doing well. Mr. Gubuwachi there, who was the Ashanti Region Minister Commander 1, Ashanti Region Policeman Commander 1, and then came back to the headquarters and always making noise. And he would shout when he's standing in front of me to say that I'm here. What do you normally say? I salute, sir. What do you say? But I also have so many different people that I was eager to meet. My in-laws and everything who are here, I was eager to meet them, and I'm here to see them all.
Sure.
I've received the invitation from the IGP to visit the police headquarters. It was a bit surprise to me, but I still felt that it was an onerous duty for me to come because he wanted me to meet the police management board and then to share ideas with you.
Sure.
This afternoon when I came, I spoke about the cooperation between traditional authority and the police service.
Sure.
And how best we can do it. Almost all these IGPs we have that collaboration. And he has firmed it up today by inviting me here.
Sure.
To be at where the action is. when I wasn't, before I became the king of Ashanti, I remember one time the police headquarters was somewhere that I feared very most. Because every time that I'm driving from the railway station to the main ring road, you see the police headquarters and you find this place is something that you don't joke with. But now I'm here and I realize that today the atmosphere is more friendly, brotherly, and of service to the community. I came to encourage you. Ghana needs you most. Ghana relies on you for peace. The security of Ghana internally depends on you. And therefore, we don't take it for granted. If I should sleep, I sleep because we have appointed some police officers who guard me in the night and during the day. And they are doing a fantastic job there. It all comes from the training that will be given to these officers that you've appointed here. And therefore, maybe it is not about money. Police should be a calling. This profession must be a calling. If you don't have a passion, I would advise don't go, because I don't think it's for money. You should be devoted, you should have the heart. You should have the compassion for people and be able to interpret the law and then at the same time be firm with people. And therefore, that is why when I had the opportunity this morning and then I'm here now to say that I appreciate you, Ghana appreciates you. Many a time with all due respect when I'm speaking to the president, I talk about the police. The retooling of the police. Because I've seen some wretched cars that the police cannot even use to go and chase some armed robbers. I'm glad to hear and see. I now even have an armored car positioned in front of my shop. That goes to affirm that the retooling is going on. And therefore, you also have to do your part to support governments to be able to have peace. Your duty is not to beat people. Your duty is to make sure that you educate and then a peaceful atmosphere is to be here. I know that there are problems also in the police with some of your personnel that we don't have to accept. And that also must be looked at. I said that this afternoon. There are some personnel in the police who give the police a bad image. We all have to accept that and appreciate that, and we have to work towards that to be able to. Because you don't go in there and then stop cars and take money when you have to check the insurance. When you have to check whether the tires are working properly, whether that car is valid to be driven on the streets or not. But if you were to take money and leave that wretched car to go, it creates an accident and it kills people. Your duty is to make sure that that car is roadworthy. And it doesn't matter your salary or your wages or not. So please, all these are issues that we all have to be sure that we can do. Also, politicizing the police service is something that we all have to be very careful about. When governments change, I hear some people lobbying to take positions where there's an incumbent IDP. I hear that. I get to know that. Let us do it properly. Let us talk so whoever comes will know that seniority and qualified people will be able to take over. That should be the way. So that the government would also know this is more qualified. Police Management Board can even recommend who is there to do it. Lobbying and using political persuasions to take positions wouldn't help the police to be more independent. And I believe strongly, having spoken to the current president, I am assured that if he doesn't want to interfere, it will go through the process and whoever is qualified will be able to take over whatever it is. So please, I'm here as a father to let you know that we love you, we appreciate you. And I always want to assure you that whoever comes to me for advice and direction in terms of support, I'll be more than happy to do that. Please, it should be on merit. It should be on merit. I'm just a poor soul sitting in Kumasi. I only have a moral authority. I don't have a political authority. And I have only a moral authority. And that also will be preserved if I also use that moral authority appropriately, dispassionately, and appropriately. We are resolving our way of resolving to have peace as chieftaincy issues. where we look at the lineage of people before we get them. No matter who has money or who doesn't have money, you should hear from the appropriate lineage. Once you hear from the appropriate lineage and it is confirmed that the family wants you to be the chief, we will give it to you. No one will be allowed to use his money to influence any chieftaincy title, to create confusion and fighting in any village or community or anything. So I'm sure that you know that in Ashanti, things are straightened up. In the Afu area, things are straightened up. Some parts of Akron that falls under my domain, things are straightened up. That is exactly how I'm pursuing that. And therefore, we also would want the police also. Some of them also get involved in chieftaincy matters when it's not necessary. When it is not necessary at all. Because I cannot see how a chief could be gazetted and a police commander will issue instructions to say, don't allow him to go. You are supposed to give him the protection. Against whoever has not been validly nominated or installed. And so if you take sides, it creates problems also for the whole institution and creates problems for the police. So these are issues that I feel that whilst I'm here in front of the police management board, the faces are familiar, some of them I haven't met, some of them I've met, and yet I'm seeing everybody as my son and my daughter and everything, and daughter-in-law. And therefore, I thank you very much for welcoming me, Mr. IDB. Thank you for inviting me here. I believe strongly that you want me to come next time, but it takes time for me to move away from Kumasi. I thank you very much for this reception. Thank you very much.